What if I told you that in the 1970s, you didn't just wear a fragrance, you became it? Because back then, every spray came with a promise, confidence, innocence, or maybe just a little bit of trouble. It was the decade when scent met storytelling, and every bathroom counter was a battlefield of bottles. So let's take a deep breath and drift back to 10 unforgettable fragrances that still linger, not just in the air, but in our memories. 1. Charlie by Revlon, the smell of a new woman. There's a fragrance that's here today, and they call it Charlie. Charlie wasn't just perfume, it was power in a spray bottle. Launched in 1973, Charlie was the scent of liberation, citrus and musk for the woman who dared to walk into a boardroom wearing confidence instead of permission. The commercials showed women laughing, driving, living, all while smelling like independence itself. If your mom had a bottle of Charlie, it probably sat beside her typewriter and a stack of Ms. magazines. Charlie wasn't just a fragrance, it was feminism in a frosted glass bottle. But for every scent of empowerment, there was another that sold something a little sweeter and a little stranger. 2. Love's Baby Soft, innocence in a pink cloud. You can try hard, or you can try soft. Ah yes, Love's Baby Soft. Marketed as innocent, but somehow not? The commercials whispered about softness, sweetness, and something else you couldn't quite name. Still, for millions of teenage girls, that powder pink bottle was a rite of passage. It smelled like baby powder, bubblegum, and roller rink dreams, the official scent of teenage girlhood in 1978. Your locker smelled like it. Your notebook smelled like it. You probably drowned yourself in it before calling your crush on the rotary phone. But while the girls were spritzing sweetness, the rebels were reaching for something darker and far more dangerous. 3. Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, the scent of scandal. When opium hit the shelves in 1977, it caused an uproar and a sensation. With a name that practically dared you to be offended, it was rich, spicy, exotic, and just a little forbidden. Mothers, disco queens, and rule breakers wore it like armor. If you caught a whiff of opium at Studio 54, you knew the night was about to get wild. And then, there was the scent that didn't whisper or seduce. It shouted from the bathroom cabinet. For the Jean Nate after bath splash, the lemon hurricane. Jean Nate didn't dab, it drenched. A citrus afterbath splash that came in bottles big enough to last through an oil crisis. It was bright, sharp, and impossible to ignore, poured on like lemonade for your skin. For many families, Jean Nate wasn't just a fragrance. It was a ritual. If your bathroom in the 70s didn't smell like lemon and alcohol, were you even living in America? But now, it's time to step into Dad's territory, the land of aftershave, machismo, and green bottles of glory. 5. Brut 33, the cologne of champions. From Joe Namath to Muhammad Ali, Brut 33 was bottled masculinity. That iconic green bottle lived on every father's dresser, next to his comb and Old Spice mug. It was strong. It was loud. One dab could announce your presence before you entered the room. It was more than a cologne. It was a rite of passage. If your dad wore Brut, you remember it. And if he didn't, your uncle probably did. But speaking of unforgettable, no fragrance stuck in your head quite like this next one. 6. Wind Song by Prince Machiavelli, the jingle you couldn't forget. I can't seem to forget you, your wind song stays on my mind. Even if you never owned it, you can probably still hear that jingle. Wind Song was soft, floral, and feminine, the scent of gentle elegance in an era that was anything but quiet. It lingered like a memory, jasmine, roses, and a whisper of powder that reminded you of your mother's dresser and her favorite gold earrings. But more than the perfume, it was the melody that stayed. Every spritz carried a note of nostalgia, the scent of love letters and simpler times. But while some women hummed Wind Song, others reached for something bolder, a fragrance that promised mystery and maybe a little mischief. 7. Wild Musk by Coty, the scent of rebellion. If innocence had a rival, it was wild musk. Sweet, smoky, and a little dangerous, this was the scent of late-night roller rinks and secret crushes. Teenagers bought it with babysitting money, tucking the bottle into purses and spraying it before sneaking out. It was supposed to make you irresistible, and maybe it did. One whiff could turn shyness into confidence and curiosity into courage. Wild musk didn't just smell like attraction, it smelled like freedom. And as those teenage girls grew up, their perfume evolved too, from playful to poised, from reckless to refined. 8. Cachet by Prince Machiavelli, elegance, personalized. This is the perfume no two women can share. Cachet felt like sophistication in a bottle, woodsy, warm, and quietly confident. It promised to blend with your chemistry and become your own scent, something entirely unique. The bottle gleamed on every vanity, a symbol of independence wrapped in gold and glass. It wasn't about attention, it was about allure. The kind that whispered rather than shouted. But soon, perfume ads stopped whispering. They started singing, with jingles that turned confidence into an anthem. 9. In Jolie, the jingle of the superwoman. I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. In Jolie wasn't just perfume, it was empowerment with a soundtrack. The jingle was bold, catchy, and unforgettable, celebrating the woman who could do it all and still smell amazing. The scent itself was secondary, what mattered was the message. Confidence, ambition, and modern womanhood all rolled into one ad. It was more than marketing. It was a mirror of a generation redefining itself. And while women claimed their power, men stayed loyal to a scent that never went out of style. English leather, the scent of the American man. You could always tell when Dad was getting ready to go, that warm, leathery scent filled the hall. English leather wasn't just cologne, it was character in a bottle. Smooth, rich, and grounded, it spoke of hard work, steady hands, and Sunday drives in a pickup truck. It smelled like freshly shined boots, barbershop chatter, and quiet confidence. The kind of scent that lingered on his jacket long after he hugged you goodbye. Even now, one hint of it can bring back the sound of his laughter and the feel of his calloused hands. English leather wasn't just a fragrance, it was the essence of American manhood. And just when you thought scents couldn't hold memories, the next one might surprise you. From daring names to unforgettable jingles, the 70s proved one thing: every spray told a story, and every scent carried a memory.